I want to go to a Wall Street Journal op-ed, David Avella in the Wall Street Journal today, with a perfect Greg Valliere intro. And this is on how what you think is coming, folks, it's not the same. You'll be likelier to find, in this case, Ms. Harris, at California's In-N-Out Burger, that's where you'd find me, or Texas's Magnolia Cafe than at Iowa's Pizza Ranch or New Hampshire's Red Arrow Diner where Greg Valliere's eaten 47 times. The number of delegates awarded in Super Tuesday has nearly doubled. Upstart candidates could gain ground by winning Iowa or New Hampshire. They're small states. Winning is everything. It worked for Obama against Clinton. It's not going to work this time. Greg, discuss this. This really changes the dynamics this year, doesn't it?
It does, Tom. Good morning. Two big stories, in my opinion. Number one, California has moved up its primary. It's one of the very first ones. And Kamala Harris is going to win there easily. She's been endorsed by everyone. So she comes out of California with the most delegates in the early part of the primary. The other story that I find fascinating is that all this focus on Joe Biden's inappropriate touching and all of that has overlooked the fact that he hasn't put a staff together. He doesn't have economic advisors. He doesn't have the political expertise on his campaign. He is far behind the other candidates.
Within the observation, and Greg, this is your wheelhouse, is Texas a purple state?
Maybe. If Beto was on the ticket, you know, I think the Democrats have a chance to win there. I think the demographic changes coming to Texas will be really apparent in the next decade. I'm not sure about the next election.
Well, what are you sure about? I mean, is it the convention? We were talking here about the primaries. Is Ohio, Florida, the usual 7 states? Is it the same, or is this time Valliere different?
No, I think a lot of the states are the same. Pennsylvania is huge. I think the Democrats could flip it. Maybe they could flip Michigan. Maybe they could flip Wisconsin. But I've got to tell you, Tom, in the last month, Trump's chances of getting reelected have improved a lot, with Mueller saying no collusion. And you look at that unemployment number last Friday. That was a strong number. Yeah. It looks like the economy is snapping back after a miserable winter.
Francine, I just needed to do this because I needed a fix of American politics after the insanity you and I witnessed last week in London.
Yeah, but Greg, I guess when you focus on, for example, what the president wants, is he going to get what he's asked for in the U.S.-China trade agreement?
I think he'll take almost anything, Francine. I think he just wants a deal. He wants the markets to be happy. There will be a deal. I've been saying all along it comes later rather than sooner. It may not come until June, but there will be one that I think he'll get quite a bit of credit for. And again, I think this economy can easily grow at 2.25%, maybe 2.5%. That's enough to keep labor growth strong.
Okay, Greg, what is the one thing that actually the markets misunderstand about the president?
I think they probably misunderstand the fact that he has no real advisors, just a handful. His only advisor is himself. He rejects the advice of people around him. I think this perception of chaos that we saw overnight with Nielsen leaving will persist. He does not have anyone that he listens to.
Okay, Greg, well said. And I think we all understand that, whatever our political affiliation. Can you explain to me the ramification for the American viewers and listeners of this show, what acting means? Acting defense secretary, acting immigration secretary. The whole thing is acting. Translate that.
Well, it does lead to a perception that there's no strong leaders. I would argue Mnuchin is a pretty strong leader. He's done a quite good job. But I think by and large in this administration, there's not the depth of the staffs. Maybe there's an acting secretary, but beneath him or her, you have vacancies, a wide range of vacancies. I think that's going to preclude them from getting a lot done. On a lot of issues, there's Trump's rhetoric, but there's not a lot of action.